So I'm starting with souffle, that is latte, then I have some cowboy, and the rest is Premo, burnt umber, then I have some white, and I have some black. I will make a burlap weave, and I wanted to show you how I am making the Skinner blend. I could have made it simple and then double it on itself, but I'd rather show you. So it's white in the middle, then latte, burnt umber, and just a sliver of black. I'm reserving the cowboy for later. I got my Skinner blend. It's okay if it is striped like this. This is exactly what we want. So I'm going to plug it up, and then I am going to reduce the plug and make it kind of rectangular, and then I will get the cowboy and get it on the thinnest setting on the pasta machine. And after which I will be getting the rectangular plug cut in several slices crosswise on the Skinner blend, and I will insert some of pieces of the souffle cowboy in there. After which I will just simply reduce the Skinner blend plug in the length of the Skinner blend, so that I would have a longish piece that has the whitish in the middle and the black ends on each side. And I will reduce it until I can cut it into 4 manageable parts. You just need a little bit of patience here. And if you're asking about quantities, that would be about a quarter of a pack of white, about 1/3 of a pack of latte, a quarter of a pack of burnt umber, and then just a smidgen of cowboy and black. Now careful how you arrange these. You have to arrange all 4 of them facing a different direction, and it's very easy to get confused. You'll see that I get confused myself. Right now I just put wrong the very last one. I'll have to remove it and put it right, because sometimes I'm ditzy like that. Okay, so you see, you have to have them facing in different directions. Don't have 2 facing the same direction one near the other. And now I will be reducing this rectangular cane again until it gets to the point that I can cut it into 4 manageable parts. And I will arrange again these parts in such a way that there won't be 2 pieces, 2 strips facing the same way. You will have to kind of turn upside down the pieces in order to be able to arrange them like that, because they are supposed to form like a weave, as you can see. And burlap is kind of irregular weave, that's why we don't really care for it to look very pretty, because it's supposed to look like burlap, right? And then we go again on reducing. See, the cane caps are really good at reducing as well. But yeah, we'll be reducing 2 more times until we get to a weave that would be adequate as scale to a mini puppet, because we are making a voodoo puppet pendant. So again, careful how you arrange those so they will kind of not be 2 facing the same way, and make sure that they are properly arranged on the back end as well. And once we arrange them, then we reduce again, and I promise you this will be the very last time. So I am reducing again until I get to a manageable length, I actually went a little bit past the manageable length. So I will be cutting this into 4 pieces, equal. Because yeah, I have kind of like 7, I think. I forgot how many. Anyway, there are 4 equal pieces, and I am arranging them again so there wouldn't be 2 pieces facing the same way. They are very small, so it's kind of hard to figure out exactly how they go, but you will find out finally where they belong. There you go. See, you can do it. I trust you. I have faith in you. This is trial and error, but I promise you can always arrange them in such a way that they will form an uninterrupted weave. And once you do this, I told you this was the final reduction, so all you have to do is just to make sure that the 4 pieces are properly stuck together. Okay, it's okay, leave it there, it's okay, it's okay. So we make sure that the pieces are properly stuck together and we are good to go. We got our little burlap weave to wrap the puppet in. There you go. This is how it looks like in close-up. After which we'll take some of the end trimmings of the cane and just mix them to form the body of the puppet. So make again like a cylindrical-ish plug and calculate like 2/3 to be the body and 1/3 to be the head. So on the 2/3 start kind of flattening and kind of triangulate it a little bit. So you'll form like a silhouette. Now cut the arms and separate them from the body. They will get a little bit longish, but you'll be able to trim the ends and attach them to the legs. So it will look just fine, I promise you. And now cut the legs, make sure that you make them equal, not one thinner than the other. And separate them. And as I said, now you have the arms that are a little bit too long, so just trim the ends of the arms and put them at the end of the legs. And now you have a properly looking voodoo puppet. Now what we are going to do is to just cut thin slices from the burlap weave cane and start wrapping the puppet with them. Try to cut as thin slices as you can. It's okay if they are just a smidgen not perfectly cut, because we are talking about patchwork here. So just wrap the puppet in there. And I'm sorry, I've been antiquing again with black acrylic paint as usual without gloves, because I cannot feel very well with the tip of my fingers. So if I put gloves on when I use paints, I don't feel what I'm doing. So you see, I'm kind of patching up, and then I will use the handle of a sculpting tool to smooth things out. And on the wider areas, even the roller. But you'll be able to smooth things pretty nicely, and you will see what we shall do where you kind of can see the seam. And it's fine because we want it to look like that, to look more authentic. We are talking Halloween here, and Halloween spooky stuff. So see, I wrapped pretty much almost all of it. I am patching with little bits and pieces of slices, and you cannot even tell. Once I smooth them in, you cannot even tell. what I did and where I did it. So I make sure there is no part of the puppet's body uncovered by the cane, and then I smooth as much as I can with the handle of the sculpting tool. And once I am done smoothing, I'm going to take, first of all, let's make it a little heart. I'm going to take a little bit of red and then mix it with some of those cane ends until I form a kind of a darkish red. And then form a triangle and make a little crease on top so you can form a little heart. Then take some white and put just a little bit of the cane ends so you can form kind of an off-white, the jute color, and make a very, very thin string out of it. And we will start forming some stitching on the puppet, kind of like where you can see the where the patches are joined. Just cut little pieces and form cross stitching, and it will look exactly like it is stitched with jute. I mean, that's what burlap is made out of. And you can do that in several spots on the body of the puppet, wherever you think it would look good, where you can see the patching between the cane slices. I'm going to even put some on his head. And then take a string of that darker red, put it aside. We will use that for the mouth. Then grab some white, make a ball, cut the ball in two, flatten, round and flatten the two halves. Kind of place them so you can get an idea where they will be. These will be buttons. Take any end handle of any tool that is flat and use that to press in the inside of the button like that. Don't press it on the puppet because the puppet is soft. Press it on your work surface and then take it and then just press a little bit just to press it in place. Do that for both buttons. They might crack on the edges, but you can fix those edges. That's just fine. And then with the needle pointy tool or whatever you have pointy, make 4 little holes in a square. And then either with your X-Acto knife or something similarly sharpen, form an X uniting those two 4 corners, because it would look like buttons that are sewn in place. Then take 2 little pieces of the red thread and form a mouth, again looking like a cross stitch. And all you have to do now is to just put a jump ring there so you can attach a bail to your little poppet pendant, and then you bake it, and that is pretty much it. So after you straighten the edge of the buttons, just grab your X-Acto knife and make a hole. After you find the jump ring, make a slit on top of the head of the puppet. Make sure your jump ring is perfectly straight. Make a slit and then just place the jump ring with the opening inside in the slit, and then blend the slit back together. And that is it. Here's your Voodoo puppet pendant. Happy Halloween!